Sam Logue here for irishboxing.com. Delighted to be joined by the main man, Eddie Hearn. Ed, first of all, reaction to that Jimmy press conference, that weigh-in, unbelievable. Mick really looked royal. He really got going, and the fans, man, that was unbelievable. Give me your reaction.
Tremendous atmosphere, and I don't know how many this holds, 1,000 or whatever it is. Tomorrow night you're going to see 10,000. Turn the noise up by 20 tomorrow night. You're going to see a brilliant fight, brilliant atmosphere, and a great, as I said, a really good fight. Mick Conlan, who's people talking about all this ability and potential. He's a great fighter. He steps up tomorrow night. He's experienced this kind of madness before a little bit, obviously with MSG, smaller numbers, but tomorrow night, and the outdoor event does with big crowds, Leigh Wood experiences this for the first time. He looks calm. Going to be a big man in there tomorrow night, Leigh Wood. I mean, obviously always tight at the weight, but tomorrow night on the refuel, this is a big featherweight that you're in against. And Mick Conlan really is a bantam, coming up to super bantam, just gone up to feather. He'll be the much smaller man, but a great fighter, and I really think this is a true 50-50 fight.
Who do you think is more prepared for this kind of occasion? Mick hasn't maybe in the pros had as many big nights. He's been guided a bit more by Top Rank, but he has that Olympic pedigree. He's a star in Ireland. Do you know what I mean?
He has the experience of the big events. When he boxed outside at Belfast, when he boxed in Madison Square Garden, but he's never had the crowd against him, right? So although there'll be 3,000 Irish there tomorrow, you'll hear the noise of the boos and not, but it'll be ferocious. Yeah. That's what it'll be. And I think, listen, I like Mick Conlan. I think that's what he lives for. Do you know what I mean? I think he loves that sort of stuff. For Leigh Wood, honestly, seemed really calm. Like even today, get that weighing out the way, refuel. He's been waiting a long time for this opportunity, and he's been down, he's been up, and sometimes when you've done that, it just relaxes you a little bit. You have no fear of failure because you've tasted failure. You don't want to go back there. But for Mick Conlan, I know he doesn't believe he'll lose, but if he does, it will be devastating for him. For Leigh Wood, he don't want to lose either, but he's lost. He's been broke. He's had no contract. He's been boxing for free, and now he comes back. So it's a brilliant fight. Two great lads, to be fair, and a really, really good fight.
Last one, Ed, because we're being pushed around here a little bit, which I understand. Thomas Carty and Gary Cully are two guys who are not signed to you but are fighting on the card. Obviously, you have a bit of an affiliation with Dillian White in the mix with Thomas Carty. When you look at guys like that, are you looking at these guys going, I've heard they're good, I see they're decent, but they need to really impress me in order for me to give them a shot or give them a contract? Because it seems that's the narrative nowadays, is impress Eddie Hearn, try and get the contract.
I want to make sure that anyone that I take on, I want to make sure I can be honest with them and deliver on my promises. Yeah. So there are so many great fighters out there, and I will say to our team sometimes, this person's approached us, and they're like, hey, where are you going to put them? I know we've got shows every week, but we've got 110 fighters. So obviously, if you see a real diamond, then that supersedes a lot of other of your talent as well. But I look at Cully and I look at Carty. Carty's got a really tough fight tomorrow night. Honestly, a really, really tough fight. And Gary Cully has also got a tough fight, but they tell me he's an exceptional talent. Haven't watched him live, seen him on TV. Talks about would love to join Matchroom. I'm sure Pro Bellum and MTK are, that's in the mix for him as well. But if he looks good tomorrow night and people start talking about him, would love to bring him to the team. And it's great to have Carty, Cully, Keevan, because it's just going to be a different kind of, and it's their platform. It's very important for me to get Keevan on this card, because if he's going to be a star in Belfast, we need him to come out, hear the noise and make a statement. And it's going to be a lively atmosphere tomorrow.
Very last one. Was there more building in Keevan Ajarkov than you had anticipated? So when you signed him, did you think he was going to be easy to build, and then did you kind of have a realisation that maybe he was going to be harder to build?
It's been 3 months, since he boxed in December, and this is his second fight. So he boxed in front of 7,000 in Liverpool. Now he's going to box in front of 10,000 in Nottingham, and a lot of Irish as well. Yeah. So I think he's on the right path, but he's still, I'd say he's a baby. He's only 10-0. So, long way to go. But to go back to Belfast, we need Keevan against Jason Quigley. Keevan against Luke Keeler. Keevan against Spike O'Sullivan.
I spoke to Packy Collins and he said no chance for that tournament that you had proposed before. What do you make of that? He said you would either have to for Spike.
Yeah, I think Spike wants to go at 54 as well. And I think Packy looks at Spike and says, I want to get him a big profile fight. Do you know what I mean? Whereas the others, but they're the kind of fights that people should be looking to go in. Big money on the table for those fights. Do you know what I mean? So
might be the swear.
Yeah, maybe. But they're really good fights. Listen, if not, you need a big world name for Kevin, like Rosado or someone like that you can go back to the arena. But this kid can fight. So it's not like, oh, it's a kid from Belfast. I've said it before, who might say good tickets. This is someone from Belfast that could win world middleweight titles. But long way to go.
Ed, thanks very much for talking to IrishBoxing.com. Appreciate it.